go.
Okay.
Go.
What's up, y'all?
Hello.
Welcome to Original
Clap.
Gamers Podcast, episode 62. I am your
Dang
host.
it, why couldn't it be 64?
Oh, dang it. Well, that means
I get to
Nolan-
pick 64.
Nolan needs to pick a 64 game to make that happen. I am your host,
PlayStation game. just
Patrick
because.
Ryan. Yeah, just to
Yeah, right?
spite us.
Just to spite everyone.
Uh-huh.
Like, "Ah!" Sorry.
I'll-
We're getting way sidetracked and then we're 10 seconds in.
yeah. What was I saying? I'm your host, Patrick Ryan, otherwise known as Huge Cow Fatty or HCP for short. And I am joined this week, as always, by Mr. Nolan Brown
Hi.
and Jedi Jesus himself, Joel Watt.
Hello, friends. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. Or Joel. You just
Or
call me
Joel.
Joel. That's fine.
This week, we're going to be talking about what my brother referred to as the quintessential Japanese game.
It is, in fact, the quintessential Japanese game.
This is one
I
of
can
the
confirm.
most Japanese games you could play.
Yes.
Like-
that game is Mystical Ninja Starring Goemon for Goemon. Sorry, I always said Goemon as a
Did
kid.
you make an event? I don't see it on the channel. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see one. I was looking for it earlier.
I mean, it should be there.
I don't
I
see
did make an event. That's how this happened. Anyway.
Hey! I was second. Don't take that from me.
Yeah. Anyway, it's pronounced Goemon, not
Goemon.
And the only reason I know that is because some very big fans of this game.
a weeaboo.
I've heard them pronouncing it on podcasts before, and I was like, oh, I was wrong. It's kind of like how, although I corrected that one, I went from Goemon to Goemon. I still refuse to call Sephiroth anything other than Sephiroth because that's what I grew up saying, and that's what
But
his
it,
name is.
dude,
Why not?
they say Sephiroth right in the song.
You mean in that crappy MIDI that's on the PlayStation that sounds like?
No, there are voices.
Or the better one during the movie that has that sick guitar solo.
Yeah, it does. That's pretty
Like,
awesome. But
That's the best part of that movie, honestly.
world
Is that like
record,
7
world record
minutes?
tangent time. What are we? How long are we into the show? And we're already not talking about what we're supposed to.
Oh, we've done better than that before.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So, again, since I record from my bedroom, I'm on a tight schedule. So let's get through shooting the breeze as quickly as possible. Start with you, Nolan. What's been going on lately?
As I think I mentioned last time, I just started going to the gym and I have a trainer now, so that's fun.
Yeah. Do you wear your leggings?
I have not yet. I was going to this last Saturday to my yoga class, but then I was in too much pain because I'm a wuss the day of, so I just didn't go.
Mhm.
So I figured the next one I was going to
All right.
just like do like the leggings and then the shorts over the top kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like as I stated, the leggings are like 2 inches too short, so I can't just wear those.
Oh,
It's
I mean,
probably some kind of
I like
law.
how that's what your problem is with it.
I mean, that's the main issue. There's other things, but that's the main issue. Let's see what else. I don't know. What else did I do?
I mean, I don't know. I don't follow you around everywhere you go.
I know you don't. You're missing out.
There's laws against that.
Only if I know about it.
Oh,
That's not
true.
That's not true.
It's only wrong if you get caught.
huh.
There's a lesson for all you kids out there.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
What did I do? Oh, I started so this sort of, I don't know if we can play this game, but you know how there's like that new Netflix Castlevania show?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it.
yeah.
I hear about it.
Yeah, it was real. I really liked it. It was
Mhm.
like my buddy watched it. And he's like asking me like, you know a lot about Castlevania, so what do you think? Does this follow the mythos? I'm like, well, let's see. And I mean, I haven't read the comics, so it's hard for me to get a basic thing. But there were like 4 things I called ahead of time that were correct, so that felt kind of cool.
Yeah.
And after doing that whole thing, I'm like, I want to play a Castlevania song. What can I find? I'm like, or song game. And on Steam, Lords of Shadows 1 was on sale, so I picked that up. So I've been going through that.
Pretty good.
I'm enjoying it. I mean, the levels are really short, which is kind of a bummer a little bit for me, but I like the combat, and so far it's been a lot of fun. So
yeah,
cool.
I hear the show is most closely related to Castlevania 3. That's what I've heard.
I'm not sure. Well, it's very much like it's kind of a mix of Lord of Shadows and Symphony of the Night. There's elements of both of those in it, and then just things that they just kind of made for the show because let's make something up to.
Yeah,
because why not?
Gotta have a show, so
because we
Creative
can't stick to
license.
the source material.
It's creative license, bro.
Right.
Yeah, no, I know.
As long as they don't ruin it.
I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Well, you gotta
I like the
understand that video games are inherently an interactive medium, and whereas movies and TV are passive, and so something has to be lost in that translation, and then change in order to make up for that loss.
Yeah.
So, I'm okay with certain additions and subtractions, blah blah blah.
Real quick, shout out to Anifix, who I just figured out did a "Who's That Pokemon" joke. I wasn't sure what he was doing, and then I was like, "Oh, okay. Who's that Goemon?" It's a Goemon, yeah. So
who's that?
And Anifix, if you missed the Splatoon 2 live stream that I did Friday, a friend of the show, Christina Graham, who runs the Etsy shop, Xena's Epic Yarn, gave away a squid, like based on Splatoon, and Anifix won it. So,
congratulations, dude!
Nice.
Yep.
Yes.
It's
an amigurumi for those of you who know what that is.
It's a what?
Yeah.
Amigurumi. It's a crocheted animal.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know that, but sure.
Yeah. Yes, they actually have a specific Japanese term for that thing.
The more you know. Yeah, so there were only 2 contestants, so he had a 50-50 shot, and he got it. Unfortunately, we did not make it to if we hit 60 subscribers during the live stream, I was going to give away a game. We gained 1 subscriber. Interestingly, it was Christina. So yeah.
I shouldn't.
But yeah. Anyway, back to shooting the breeze. What's been going on with you, Joel?
I'm eating dinner. And I went to the beach 2 weeks in a row, which was cool, but I got super sunburned. So
that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my nose is like totally fried. Not happy about that. And then I had a really long day at work today, which is why I'm eating dinner now instead of like an hour ago. Because I got home and I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
So sorry, everyone who hates the sound of chewing. I'll just do it more
quiet.
Because I'm annoying like that.
I'm going to eat, so you're all gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah,
so.
you're all just whatever.
I'm sorry,
hungry.
but
I'm hungry and there's a show on and I don't care because I'm
like this. Look, this is my show, and if I want to eat on it, then I can.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have been.
Wow, chat.
Holy
cow. Sorry.
Well, I've been getting over being sick, which is why we didn't have an episode last week. And as you can probably tell from my voice, I'm still kind of getting over it, but I feel way better today than I even did this morning when I woke up. I actually didn't go to work today. Let's see. Yep, got Splatoon 2. Really like it. But I mean, if you didn't like the first one, you won't like this one. But I liked the first one, so I like this one. And I said during the stream that I really want to get into an esport, seeing as I co-founded a company that thing is esports. I'm like, I should probably get involved in one of those so that I can relate to all these people I'm supposed to be talking to.
Competitive gaming is lame.
Well, so I decided that I'm probably going to make Splatoon 2 that game. Yes, I understand. So I'm gonna really get into practicing that. And like, I kind of thought about making it Smash Brothers, but Smash Brothers, most fighting games are a lot more technical than I want to put the time into learning. So
Yeah.
And there's Smash
But-
Bros, which is just like easy to figure
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
Smash Bros
Nah.
is easily as technical when you get into the competitive side.
Well, of course it is, but at the same time, there's not super combos. is
Well,
what I mean.
okay.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, but
when you
There's not a
when
lot
you-
of
when
that
I when I
figure out.
watch videos of people who are really good at it talk about
Yeah.
counting frames, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I can't do that nonsense.
Yeah, so I can't.
Like,
be bothered
I
with
just
it.
want to play the game.
Right. And earlier today, since I didn't go to work because I was sick, I went ahead and beat Calamity Ganon on Breath of the Wild.
I saw that. How'd you feel
Yeah.
about that?
It was good. I really liked it. I mean, and I expected this, so it wasn't like I was super disappointed. But I like how when you beat Pokemon
Mhm.
and you load your save file back up, it's not like, oh, the Elite Four's never been beaten again. No, there's the world still exists post the game, and I like that about that. And I kind of wish that Zelda did that. Like, you just go back into the world and Ganon's defeated, but all this, you know, you're still playing the game, and instead of you're just loading the save file that got created just before you went in to fight Ganon, and the only evidence that you have that you've beaten him is on your save file as a little star. But otherwise,
Okay.
nothing's different. And I expected this was going to happen because that's what happens in every single Zelda game.
I was
So it
gonna
wasn't
say
like a
the story ends when Ganon is defeated. There is no more game after that.
right, and I get that, and I know why
Zelda
they
has
did
no
it.
concept of a post game, unlike Pokemon or
Yeah.
Final Fantasy or Super Mario.
I can't even think
Yeah.
of a Final Fantasy game that, like, because you beat Final Fantasy VII and you load your save file
Well-
back up, and it's still like you haven't beat the
What I mean by
game.
post game in Final Fantasy is there's usually like super bosses that are optional.
Well, right.
That's like post game content.
Go
quote
find
unquote.
Ruby weapon.
Yeah,
or-
go find
Yeah.
all the weapons. And so yeah, so I get that, and Zelda doesn't really have that. I mean, like,
No.
yeah, I've still got something like 30 or 40 shrines to go do, and things like that. But
Yeah, there you go.
but
How many
anyway,
hearts
so,
did you have in the end?
I have a complete row and then one on the bottom row. So what is that? Like
That's 16. That's
Okay.
not wow.
yeah.
Dude, I've got like 20.
Yeah, well, I very quickly figured out that I wanted stamina more than I wanted health, so I poured all my orbs into stamina, and now I have full stamina.
Yeah.
wheel.
Yeah, when I hit 15 hearts, which is the full row of the first full row, I decided to fill out my stamina wheel, and then
Yeah.
I filled that out, and I kept going.
Mhm.
Does that mean there's 30 hearts that you could
There are
potentially
30
get?
hearts. Well, it's crazy.
Goodness sake.
You can't have both 30 hearts and a full stamina wheel of 3. It's either
It's one or the other.
you can have up to 25 and a full of 3, or like 2.5 and 30.
Yeah. And I'm kind of hoping that the DLC content. Well, I was hoping it was going to happen with this one that just released.
Yeah, this first one didn't do that.
Yeah.
At
So
all.
now I'm hoping that when the DLC comes out in the fall, that they'll add 4 more shrines somewhere, or some other way to like get that last either heart or stamina wheel, whatever it's gonna be. So but that is yet to be seen. And so Caspian's playing the game, and I want to get to Goemon real quick, but Caspian's playing Breath of the Wild, and I've noticed, like, you know, so I'm playing it, my wife's playing it, and he's playing it, and all 3 of us are playing this game very differently. I went, I'm gonna go fill this map out as quick as I can and then go from there. And my wife took more of a I'm just gonna go where the story kind of leads me approach to it. So, you know, she immediately went to Kakariko Village and then to Hatino Village, and just where the characters were telling her to go, basically. Now she's got a full map. Caspian, on the other hand, doesn't care. He's just out there. And what's really cool about it, though, is because he's not mapping the game by getting the towers and making marks and stuff, I'm actually finding that he's better able to recognize places just by being there and seeing it.
Mhm.
Whereas I'm more like, okay, this looks familiar, but I have to pull up the map to go, oh yeah, I've definitely been here, because my concentration is so split between navigating the map and navigating the world that Link exists in. And I actually saw a very interesting video today about that. If I can find it on YouTube, I'll share it. It just talks about how Zelda Breath of the Wild treats all of these things that exist in other games, the map and your radar and all that stuff. It treats them very differently. Whereas, when I'm playing a mission in Grand Theft Auto 5, a lot of what I'm looking at is just my radar. So yeah, I'm looking at the GPS basically. And Breath of the Wild doesn't really let you do that. I mean, it kind of does, but really not really, because there's not a waypoint on the screen somewhere telling you, hey, go here.
Unless you make one.
Yeah, unless you make one.
And they do point that out in the video.
Yeah. So it's it's really cool. I like how they did it, and I enjoy it, and I look forward to whatever direction they're going to take Zelda.
Yeah. I did see a little. I think it was a full article, but I only read a blurb of it. But this guy was saying that, you need to turn on the Pro HUD because it eliminates the mini map and all this other stuff. It cleans it up and lets you really explore the world. I'm just like, yeah, but that stuff helps me.
Yeah. I am seriously considering, because I do want to play through it again on Master Mode. I'm considering going in there and getting rid of all the HUD stuff that I can and just kind of going and seeing what happens.
Just straight up just walk around and stumble your way through stuff.
Although maybe doing that in hard mode is not
full adventure mode. Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I might try it anyway. So, but I'm not even done with my first playthrough because I still want to get more shrines. And now that there's that mode in the map that shows you where you've been, there's so much of that world that I've just never seen. So anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about some Goemon. So the
N64.
Yes,
I got my case right there.
I saw that. Is that for carrying the console?
Yeah, it's a travel case. The console is actually in there. It holds like a dozen games and a console and cables and stuff. It does not hold controllers if you fill it with games, though.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
The controllers are big and awkwardly shaped.
Yeah, they sure are. Right. So the developer of this is Konami Computer Entertainment Osaka. I'm guessing that's a town in Japan, right?
It is, in fact.
Okay, that's what I
town in Japan.
So that must be one of their branches. Published by Konami. Director is Etsunobu
Ebisu.
Thank you, Joel. Designers. Joel, why don't you read this too?
Okay. So
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Keita Kawaminami. Minami. Kawaminami. That's one word, by the way. Kawaminami.
That's impressive.
And then the other person is Madoka Yamuchi. That one's easy.
Yep. Nolan, who produced this?
The Shigeharu Umazakiya.
And
composers.
Yeah, that's an I. I thought that was an L for a second. I don't have my computer glasses because it's going to be a bright, shining.
You got to get your gunner gear on.
Well, because it just reflects the light from my light like into the camera. It's just going to be painful for everyone. So
Joel does not speak Japanese. I just know pronunciation rules.
Yeah.
The composers are Shigeru Araki.
Araki, yeah, or Araki.
Yusuke Kato.
Yusuke.
Yeah. The U's are almost always silent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird. So it's Yusuke Kato, and
then what? Psycho Miki.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got that one right. Yasumasa Kitagawa.
Good.
I felt pretty good about the last name. I wasn't sure about the.
Yeah, that was good.
Sweet. This game is on the N64, released in Japan on August 7th, 1997, North America on April 16th, 1998, and Europe in April 18th, 1998. And I'm sure that the date discrepancy there is just, games come out in one territory on this day, and here in America. Now it's kind of all over the place, but it used to be Tuesday, and in Europe's probably a different day. So that probably explains that. And of course, the big gap between Japan and North America, as you will discover as we talk about this game is incredibly Japanese. Like, it's just
say that again.
It's just
Just-
weird. It like if you see a WTF Japan meme on Facebook, it could be a picture of this game for all you know, because there's some weird stuff in it. Have either
I do believe this is filed under weird Japanese thing on TV tropes.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
definitely see that.
yeah.
Someone in the chat, and I do, it's my brother. He said kind of earlier, I was thinking earlier this was probably the first game to come to America that was extremely Japanese, that wasn't Americanized, but I could be wrong. Now, I do know this is not the first game in this series to come to the West.
No.
However, I have never played them, so I don't know if they did a lot of Americanization.
The prequel to this game was on the Super Nintendo. It's called it's like Legend of the Mystical Ninja. It does have the character Goemon in it, but his name is changed to Kid Ying.
Okay.
And the partner, the second player too, is Dr. Yang, so it's yin and yang, you know. And yeah. And so I mean, it should be Goemon and his buddy. I can't remember his name, but yeah,
Goemon.
That's pretty much all they did. Like, there's this ghost woman that comes out of the woods, which is a very Japanese fable. Like, you know, and there's this weird Japanese things everywhere, all over the game. And so all they did was change a couple names. So purists would say, yes, it was, oh yeah, the strip club. Thank you, Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did a few things. So Legend of the Mystical Ninja was very Japanese, but it was Americanized a little bit. So I think in Mystical Ninja Starring Goemon, they were just like, screw it. Like, here's
Japan.
Here's a weird Japanese thing.
Yeah.
And we're not changing names, and we're not censoring a whole lot. And yeah.
Here in the Wikipedia article, which is our source for all things
true.
Yes, all things true here on the Personal Gamers Podcast. As we said, the protagonist is Goemon. He's got a buddy named Ibisumaru.
Yeah, sure.
And he's a very odd person. He's very lazy, and it says here that he's very perverted.
Yeah.
And seeing as I played the English version, I don't really remember that being a thing. Maybe it kind of was.
But that's a Japanese trope. You get the creepy old guy.
Right.
You know.
And then they have a little robot friend named Sasuke.
Sasuke.
Yeah,
Remember to use
silent. Yeah. She's a little robot thing.
A mechanical ninja.
Yes.
Who enjoys hot baths and Japanese tea.
Right.
Why would no? A robot should avoid heat like that.
I agree.
And liquids.
This is what it's telling me.
Right.
So I don't know.
You would think so. Yeah, and they have to go. I don't even really remember the story of this game because it was just so bizarre. And it's been since I was a kid since I played it. I unfortunately don't own it anymore, and now I'm trying to wonder if I ever owned it. Maybe I just rented it a bunch because I really like this game. And I know I've beaten it.
And thus, little Patty was turned into a weeaboo.
Yes.
Sorry, I just really like that word.
Now that I think
it
about
like 3
it,
or 4 times.
this may have been my first like really Japanese thing because I didn't care much for like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z and
oh, come on.
Those were well, and I did watch the Pokemon cartoon. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on now.
I watched all of those, dude.
There was that.
I straight up. Well, I wasn't allowed to watch Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, and I was in high school. So. My parents like, look, you can't watch it every day because you have homework to do. But on Friday, when you don't have homework, you're like, you can record all the episodes all week and then watch them on Friday. It's like, yes.
Right.
But I definitely watched Sailor Moon. For sure.
Yeah. Things I remember off the top of my head about this game are that you could swap between the 3 characters on the fly after you unlocked all 3 of them. Of course, there wasn't like any sort of you have to go here and call them kind of. No, it was just you hit a button and you're magically the other character
So
that you wanted to get.
it's
And they
like
all had
Sonic
different.
Heroes.
Yeah, except I think in Sonic Heroes, can't you see all three of them on the screen? And it's just you're changing which one's in the lead.
That might be what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and these
Okay.
there's like a little puff of smoke, and the other guy's gone, and yeah, and then the new person's there. Each one of them had like different abilities. I remember the girl, the robot. What's her name again? The Sasuke. She had like she could turn into a mermaid or something, and there were 4 characters.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the 4th character?
Yeah.
That's what Wikipedia
yay.
is for.
A fierce sword wielding
Kunoichi.
who happens upon. I don't remember that character.
Secret
Weird.
character.
I don't know.
Secret character.
It's Yuffie.
Secret character.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
I don't know.
Secret
I said, and it's not like I only beat this game one time. I beat it several times, and for some reason, I have no recollection of this character at all.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Apparently, we needed to have Kelly on the show tonight so that he could set me straight because he
Straight
apparently
up.
remembers a lot more of this than I do.
What is
Well,
this
okay.
sexism?
Bro in here. Come on.
Yeah.
We could have 4 people on the podcast.
What is this sexism?
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, what is he talking about? So, all right. I also remember that when you would fight like really big bosses, there was, of course, the obligatory giant robot thing.
Giant robot thing?
You would get in.
Because that's
You
a
had-
Japanese thing. Giant
Yeah,
robots.
and you had to play a
Magus?
play a boss against it, and it had I think its name was Impact, because there's a song with like lyrics and everything when this robot comes out. Shoot, where is it? This is what,
Living here in Jersey.
right, yeah, Impact, that's it. So and it had a song that was
I
not
really don't
translated.
remember Megas XLR all that much. Sorry, no one.
It's fine.
But the song for it wasn't translated into English at all. So it's
Whoa,
in
that's fun.
Japanese. It's very.
Half the
Hey,
90s anime.
Oh yeah, actually, there's a screenshot here of it in the Wikipedia entry.
Most Japanese song lyrics don't make sense anyway.
Yeah, so it's not like it would matter at all.
Impact Battle. Yeah. Okay.
And one thing that I remember being very irritating about that was you could not invert the control stick for the aimer. So
Oh, dude,
up had to be up and down had to be down, and I found
that would drive me nuts.
yeah,
I have to play inverted
it
because
was-
of Zelda.
it was very, very difficult for me to.
So that's
adjust to
weird for
that
me,
at
like-
all.
I can never tell if I need it inverted or not because I feel like regular is fine
Mhm.
until it's not
yeah,
for whatever reason. So I usually just leave it as is.
No,
If I try, or at least the.
I play inverted because I'm a superior human being.
okay, well now let me ask you, Joel. When you play with a mouse, do you
Fine.
invert that also?
Yes.
Okay,
What?
see, I don't. I invert a control stick, but I can't play mouse inverted.
No, because that's how my brain works.
Well, I got a friend who plays a lot of PC games, and he inverts his mouse also. And I remember asking him why, and he's like, you just what you're imagining is that your hand is on the character's head.
Yep.
So if you want the character's head to look up, you have to pull it towards you. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, so
Or-
it's like the same thing with flying a plane,
Yes, exactly.
except no matter what, when I'm sitting in a mouse, I'm not thinking about controlling a character's head. I'm thinking about moving a pointer on the screen.
No,
And
that's not how I perceive it.
I
I'm
can't-
moving someone's head, and
Yeah.
and when you push someone's head, it goes down.
right, they look
And when
down.
you pull it back, it goes up.
Right.
And so, or sometimes I describe it like there's a stick in the head, and you're moving the stick
Uh-huh.
when you move the stick on the controller.
found
Or
this-
no.
You found this poor guy and jammed a stick into his skull. And now
Absolutely. How is someone going to control him?
moving
Goodness
his
sake.
head around. 'Cause
It's
that's
horrible.
That's what happens here.
Thank you, Kelly.
Oh, I didn't know that Kelly played mouse inverted. That's interesting. Invert. Oh, all the cameras. Yeah. Do you invert left and right also?
Sometimes.
That's horrible.
Those
See,
depend.
that's like
Weird.
worse.
Okay, no. Camera controls, yes, I will invert left and right, but like movement controls, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
guess-
like in a third-person game, when you have full control over the camera with the right stick, yeah, I do invert left and right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, I guess I play with the camera control inverted in a third-person game on a console, but I don't know that I.
See, okay,
Yeah, I don't think
third-person
do
games
that
I have to
anymore.
play with a controller because like mouse and keyboard just doesn't work for me like that.
Yeah.
Again, that's not how my brain works. But first person, like really need that keyboard or mouse because that's how I learned.
Right.
And so like it's really hard for me to translate the first person controls over to a controller. I need the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
And
Well, and I'm a console player. I play if a game on computer is controller compatible, then I play with a
yeah,
controller.
for the most part, I am a console pleb too. But
Mhm.
it just with first person games, I can't wrap my head around a controller. And I know we talked about this during Halo.
Yeah,
I said
I'm
these
sure,
exact
yeah.
same phrases.
Deja vu all over.
Deja vu
again.
all over again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Caspian doesn't play with anything inverted, and because I couldn't get around, so like I got him an Xbox Live account and a Nintendo Internet account and all this stuff, but for some reason, no matter what I tried, I couldn't get him signed up for EA Origin, and you have to log into Origin even on the Xbox to play what's that called? Battlefront.
Battlefront, yeah.
And so in order for him to be able to play online, he plays on my profile. And then whenever I jump in, I have to go in and change it because he doesn't play inverted. And so I'll start the game up and I'll walk forward and then I'll push, I want to look up. So I push the thumbstick down toward me, but then I'm looking down. I'm like, dadgummit, I gotta go into controls and change this. Stupid EA, why won't you just let my kid have an account? Which I actually called them to ask them about that. And apparently it's because of some Internet Child Protection Act that Congress passed.
They can't do it.
Ago.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
And so they're not legally allowed to, but I was like, but I got him an account on the Xbox and on the Wii U. And I don't know why. And I don't remember lying about his age on either one of those things. So I'm not sure why that worked and EA won't, but whatever. It's a whole big thing. But basically, so I'm talking to this customer service rep and he's telling me this, and I'm like, oh, so the government decided that they're a better parent of my child than I am. So now he can't play games online.
Well,
and the guy was like, basically, and I'm like, okay.
the problem is there are too many people that are bad parents and don't parent their children and let them do whatever they want online. That's the real problem. The government has to step in. And I don't agree with that. People need to be good parents.
I say we could get into the political discussion of, do you not have the right to be a bad parent?
Yeah, but if you're going to be putting children at risk, like you can't, you as a parent have the responsibility to take care of your child. And if you're not taking care of your child, then somebody needs to.
Anyway.
Sorry. I am so split down the middle on all these things. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
So what's funny about it is that EA is trying to say, no, you're doing something incorrectly. So we're going to stop you from that. Because EA does everything perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
I said that weird. Perfectly.
Perfectly. There's the gold standard of
that might have been your like Midwestern dialect poking through a little.
Our chat is very lively tonight, and I got to say I'm really enjoying it. I like.
It's because
I like that we've got an audience here tonight. You guys should bring friends. Go tell your friends that we're going to be on at least another 20 minutes, and that maybe we'll get around to talking about Goemon if we're lucky. What else? Okay, so the style of game is it's very
RPG.
I always described it as like kind of action adventure, almost Zelda like,
almost,
because there aren't nearly as many dungeons as you would find in a typical Zelda game.
Yeah.
It's much more based in what I guess you would think of as the hub world, which I guess would make it a little bit more like if Breath of the Wild had traditional dungeons and you can't climb everything because you can't do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't Mystical Ninja a lot more grindy than Zelda would be?
There are some grinding elements, but I don't, at least not in this one, I don't think there's like leveling up in experience.
Well, like, yeah,
So
I know
I'm
in
trying to think of like what you would be
Legend of the
grinding
Mystical
for.
Ninja, you have to like grind up money basically in order to buy your equipment and stuff like that, and it takes a long time to get enough money to get the things you need. Sorry, I'm a lot more familiar with the SNES game than this one.
Yeah.
I would imagine they're similar. It's just, turned into 3D.
Right.
And is that true for Mystical Ninja Starring Goemon?
Yeah, I do think so. There's a lot of doing currency exchange for whatever their version of money is in the game for upgrades and stuff like that. Because there's definitely no system of like you kill a bad guy and you take his weapon or anything like that in it. Excuse me. Yeah, and the story's weird. Sorry, I can't really remember what the story is about. I'm sure it's some kingdom gets taken over by a bunch of weirdos and then you have to go kill them, because that sounds pretty standard for this kind of thing. But yeah, it's really good. Unfortunately, and of course it being a Konami game, I don't think this game has ever been re-released.
No,
anything.
I don't think
you
so.
can only get it on N64, and so because of that, it's actually pretty expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know it's expensive. I just want to look it up real quick.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't type suddenly.
We're having a nice conversation in the chat about the pronunciation of Goemon. Apparently, we have Goemon.
Yeah, because of Gooey Duck. Okay, it's actually $50 on this website I always go to, so that's not bad.
Not terrible. Considering the cart brand new was probably close
70.
To 70 or 80.
Yeah. Well, now the $70 price point was usually as high as games would get back then.
Yeah.
Like it would be like, because I think Earthbound was 100 because it came with a book.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a $100 N64 game. What?
And just because it's
Well,
Earthbound.
Well, no, I'm saying back in the day, in like 95 or whenever when it came out, it was probably $100 because it came with the book.
Yeah, and cartridges were expensive.
Yeah, cartridges were expensive. Yeah, it was a late SNES cartridge, so it was cheaper for them to produce it at the time. But they were still at like $60 price point that they would usually push, and then you're getting another $20 at least book on top of that, and then it has to come in the big thick cardboard box, so shipping is going to be more. And so
Gotcha.
They might have, I mean, it might have been closer to 80 actually, now I think about it.
Yeah,
$60 plus the book.
Well, I remember paying $80 for Mario RPG the day it came out.
Yeah,
that was an expensive
game. But when I bought Banjo-Tooie,
mm-hmm.
that was $60 plus, and then I bought the strategy guide for like $15. So I walked out the store paying less than $80 after tax.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder how much the PlayStation and Sega Saturn being CD-ROM based may have helped, like maybe artificially keep the price of N64 games a little cheaper than maybe they would have if two would have been cartridge based,
because CDs were so cheap to produce.
Yeah,
like you could get a new PlayStation game for almost half that of N64 game.
Yeah, it wasn't too uncommon to see brand new PlayStation games be $40.
Yeah.
Some of your multi-disc games like your Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, obviously Final Fantasy or Metal Gear Solid or Splinter Cell, like those games were 60 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because not only did you have to press more CDs, but you also had the the jewel cases that had to be
Yep.
thicker and
Yeah,
custom.
those multi-disc cases are not cheap.
Mhm.
Like,
So, yeah. So anyway, this game's really great. I wish that it would come out on more stuff because
but Konami hates gamers,
yes,
so
they do. I
they're like,
remember.
give us money in slot machines or pachinko machines rather.
I
They don't
remember
even do real slots.
when the Castlevania Netflix series came out, listening to a podcast and then being like, oh, maybe they're testing the waters to see if there's still interest in Castlevania to make games. And I'm thinking,
Yes.
yeah, so they can make a
Yes.
Castlevania pachinko machine.
Those already exist. You'll hear
I'm sure
Dante,
they
or no,
do.
what's his name, Alucard, saying, "Ah, it's a terrible night for a curse," or something like that.
Mhm. Yeah,
That hurts. That hurts deeply.
you know it's gonna happen.
Just
Yeah.
Speaking of
that,
weird,
that was Simon. Actually, I don't even know if it was Simon technically.
Oh, that hurts. Yeah, that's Simon, right?
Yeah.
I'm Simon Belmont.
Oh,
Sorry.
is that from
I could just
Captain
use
N?
my whip and get over it. Sorry. Yes, that's from Captain N,
Yeah,
the game master.
That's the only version of him that I'm familiar with at all.
Yeah, and it's the worst version of him because it's not representative of him at all.
I'm pretty sure
nope.
every character in that show is the worst version of that character.
Well, actually, Link and Zelda show up for an episode, and they are the same characters from the Zelda cartoon, just a little more grown up.
Okay, yeah.
But
Yeah.
they actually are the worst version of those characters, so never mind.
Mother brain.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are still the
Excuse
worst.
me, princess.
Right. Even
Except,
the personality-less versions of them in the very first Zelda are better versions of those characters than the cartoon.
because Link doesn't say a blessed thing, and
Right.
Zelda says, "Thank you for saving me," and that's
Right.
it.
Basically all she does. And
Mhm.
that's why Feminist Frequency hates Zelda. Because of the very first game.
That's why.
Yes, Kelly, I do still have the entire The Legend of Zelda animated series on DVD.
Why?
Because
Why would you
Kelly-
do that to
because
yourself?
Kelly bought it for me for like Christmas or something like that.
If somebody bought me that, I would never take it out of the packaging.
I
Because I would
watch
never
that
watch it.
I tried
so
watching
many
it. It was
times
bad.
just because.
Mm.
My laptop's dying.
No, plug it in.
I know. I'm looking for it.
Plug it in.
Oh, my camera turned off.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I gotta wrap it up so that my wife can come in here and go to bed and I can join her. So let me see if with this only being on N64, I doubt there's a Metacritic score, but I'm gonna look anyway.
Oh, shoot. I knew I shouldn't have messed with it. Come on.
Which one of y'all goes next?
Joel.
That would be me.
Have you picked your game?
I thought about it,
Yeah.
but I didn't do it. Is there a game that I really want to play?
Oh,
Anyway, keep talking.
What the?
Yeah,
Oh.
Kelly, this show used to be able to be 2 hours long, and even with our tangents, we would get around to talking about the game. And now that it has to be closer to an hour, yeah, this is what happens.
And we
It
talked
also-
a little bit about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't played it, and like I said, I'm more familiar with the SNES game.
Right.
But I do know that this is a beloved game, and it's a classic. I would say it's a classic. Yeah.
It is. It's a really good game. I enjoy it. And yes, there is a Metacritic score. So
I mean, is there any trivia or like?
let me see.
I mean, we didn't discuss a whole lot about the presentation. Like it's an N64 game, so it's very polygonal, but the art style is it's kind of influenced by classical Japanese paintings, kind of, because there's a lot of and the whole series is like this. There's a lot of anachronisms. So like, the robot is mentioned, but it's supposed to be like, the Edo period of Japan, but there's robots.
Yeah.
And then there's ninjas, which didn't there's no historical basis for ninjas ever actually existing. It's just all legends. And
it's very colorful also.
Yes. Well, N64 games generally are.
Yeah. And not very Ocarina of Time and a lot of the rare N64 games did a lot of things with trying to do high detailed textures. None of that really exists in this
Yeah,
game.
it's
Everything's pretty
very
flat.
It's like Mario 64 with the very flat, solid colors for the most part.
Right, but somehow better looking than Mario 64.
Yeah, well, Mario 64 was the launch game. Okay,
Yeah.
you can't fault it too much.
Right, this game does look a bit better. The music is like weird. I don't know,
It's like techno.
Yeah, techno with a
Yeah.
with a Japanese influence. You know, so you got the weird like sitar sounds and stuff.
It's well, the sitar would be Indian. What is the Japanese thing?
I don't know.
It has a name. I can't remember it now. I know I've heard it. You know that Japanese guitar thing. It sounds like that, but techno.
Right.
Again, anachronistic. That's
Yes.
kind of the theme of these games is, hey, let's do something funny and traditionally Japanese, but not also, but modern. Shamisen. Shamisen?
There you go.
I think it's Shamisen.
Shamisen.
I don't think there's a second sh in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there's that, and it's a pretty, like we said, it's pretty typical action adventure game with, you know, with some platforming in it, because you have a jump in this game, unlike Zelda.
Why can't Zelda jump?
Why can't Zelda jump?
Why can't Metroid crawl?
For the same reason that Metroid can't crawl.
Yes.
Anyway, all right, y'all ready to guess the Metacritic score?
Well,
Or did you have
technically
something
Zelda
else to do?
can jump, because the one time you play as Zelda in a game, she jumps. It's terrible,
You
but Zelda
play
can jump.
as Zelda in a game? What game?
Yeah.
Oh, you Smash Brothers?
No, well, I mean, yes, but no.
Everybody jumps.
Because if we're gonna go that route,
No,
Link jump too.
like the CDI game where you control Zelda.
That's not a real game.
I don't know.
Also,
It's not a
depending
real
on which
game.
one it is, Link can jump as well.
Shut up. That's not a real game.
I don't even mean that though. I mean like
I guess in Link's Awakening, if you've got
Link's
the
Awakening.
feather, or
Yeah.
rock,
Oh, you get the Rock's Feather. Yeah, and in the
Yeah.
Oracle games too, you get the Rock's
Yeah.
Feather and then the
You
Rock's
get
Cave
Rock's Feather.
eventually.
okay,
Yeah,
but he still needs a special item to be able to do it. So
or
Well-
any 3D Zelda game.
Yeah, technically in the 3D games, he jumps at the edge of,
right
of
at the edge
things.
of a
Yeah.
cliff, or to hop up onto a ledge.
So
Which I still argue that in Breath of the Wild, the only time I ever jump is to jump over a cliff or up a ledge. So why is there a jump button? It seems completely unnecessary.
Because bunny hopping is fun.
Whatever.
If you played a lot of CS:GO, you bunny hop everywhere.
Yeah, or Halo to keep people from being able to
Oh yeah.
shoot you.
Or Quake 3. Do you know that, like, I just learned this in the Quake 3 engine, there is like a much lower speed limiter, like as in you can go faster if you're running diagonally and jumping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you can like cross huge spans that the developers never intended you to if you run and jump diagonally while alternating your diagonal back and forth.
Like,
And so you just go faster and faster and faster and then leap over the Grand Canyon and keep going.
Yeah. That's kind of like how in GoldenEye you strafe faster than you
run forwards.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
So
Yeah.
speed runs that game, you don't actually see the gameplay hardly.
right,
Yeah.
because everybody's just strafing everywhere. So
Yeah. I think that's actually going off on a weird tangent back to Zelda. In Ocarina of Time, you actually do jump
You lock on.
sideways
yeah.
faster when you hit the lock on button and you jump sideways. Because you can jump in that game on
Yep.
command. It's just
Yep.
awkward.
Oh yeah.
But like if you jump sideways, it's faster than moving forwards or even rolling forwards continuously. Like, so again, speed runs of that game are like hop 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 hop. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know of anything like that in this game.
Yeah.
It's Just
But I'm sure this game is just as broken as every other N64 game because nobody knew how to make 3D games back then.
really makes me
Hey,
wonder if people
here's the thing.
speedrun this.
Yeah,
Oh, hey.
probably. There's probably a small community. There's a community of speedrunners for like every single game.
Yeah.
The world record is the American version at 1 hour and 15 minutes and 9 seconds, according to speedrun.com. So there you go. If you're interested in that. All right, yeah. I really gotta start wrapping up.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to find it.
It's cool. What? Superman
Yes.
64?
You no.
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 That is not
No?
a game.
Yeah.
It's a flight simulator.
All right. While you're looking, Nolan, go ahead and give me your guess for. Oh yeah. So guess the Metacritic score. If you're new to the show, we do this. If we're doing a game that has a Metacritic score, which sometimes we do games that are so old that they don't. But we do it Price is Right style, so you can't go over, and it's whoever gets the closest without going over. So Nolan, well, since Joel's looking, we'll have you go first. What do you think this game did?
So, there's actually a Metacritic for this?
There is, believe it or not, only 10
Oh.
critics have rated it. So
Wow.
Did that game.
Okay. Let's see. So I know this wasn't the most popular game, but of the people that have played it, it is pretty good. So let's I'll go like a nice 73.
all right. Joel?
I'm feeling 73.
I'm gonna go 74.
All right. You're both over.
Oh crap! I should have gone 72. Well, go ahead, Nolan.
So he can snipe you again.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, right. Just 67.
Joel?
I'm gonna go 64.
Nolan hit it right on.
Are you kidding me?
Yep,
I get
67.
extra points. Is that the first time we've hit it on the head?
I think so.
I think so.
Without doing like 5 different no, you're still too much.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Oh,
It's just like going down, and yep. I think that's it. So 67 is what this caught. Which I'm gonna be honest. I think this is better than 67. It's more like in the 70s. Because it's not a fantastic game, but if you're really into weird Japanese stuff, this will be right up your alley.
Yes, it is. It is a good game. It's just
it is. It's very good. Joel, you got a game picked out?
I might, but I'm trying to find another one. Maybe.
All right. While he's looking for that, what we do here is we rotate who picks the game. And I am, for those of you listening at home, I am working on trying to get it so that we can start having the audience pick the game occasionally. Because I think that's fun. I just got to figure out the logistics of how to make that work. And as our audience grows, that will be easier to do, obviously. But excuse me. So right now, what we do is we rotate. It goes me, Joel, Nolan, and then starts over. Joel is next. He picks the game. He knows what the game is, obviously, because he picked it. Me and Nolan do not know what it is, and we play 20 questions to figure out what it is. We ask Joel up to 19 yes or no questions, and the question 20 really has to be what we think the game is. So
yeah.
Are you ready, Joel?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
Nolan, you want to go first?
Sure. Let's see. What's a weird thing that will narrow things down oddly well? Let's see. In this game, does the main character
Kelly.
No.
Pikachu.
Is the game Pikachu? No.
Hey, you Pikachu.
The worst is the thing.
Game ever.
It's up there.
It's a Jiggly. I knew somebody was going to make that reference. Good job, dude.
So, in the game, does the main character have a very distinctive style Like, as in, like, you see something of there, and it's like, boom, that's them.
If you know who this character is, yes.
Okay.
All right, that's fair.
Otherwise, you just might think
Yeah.
random person.
Was this game released after January 1st, 1990?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm slouching in my chair. I really shouldn't be.
Yes to after. I'm sorry.
Yeah, after 1990, yes.
I checked out for like a second. I'm like, my turn. Sorry.
Words, how do they work?
Something. Was this released after January 1st, 2000?
No.
All
Okay.
right. Dealing with a 90s game.
Okay.
Was this exclusive to the platform that it was released on?
Yes. Which is something I just learned.
All right.
Okay. Did you think it came on other things?
I thought it did. I'm surprised, actually.
Well, then that most definitely means that it's not first party developed.
Okay.
Or it most likely means.
Well, to follow that up, like, yeah. Is this a licensed game?
Yes.
Okay. We're killing it today. Look at this.
Was this game developed in Japan?
No.
No.
Oh.
Right.
Built in Japan. It's a licensed game.
Yeah, Kelly, you can stop guessing Pokemon right now.
Yeah, Joel hates traditional RPGs.
I don't hate them. I just don't enjoy them.
Dislikes them.
Dislikes.
I don't know. I don't dislike either. If you like them, that's fine. I just don't.
Let's see. Was this on PlayStation?
No.
Okay.
Was this on a Nintendo console?
No.
Ooh.
Was this on a Sega console?
No.
Uh-oh.
Like,
I feel like I might have thrown a monkey wrench in this one.
90s game. We've eliminated the three major console because the Xbox did not come out until
2000.
after 2000.
2001, I think.
Yep. Fairly certain Atari wasn't still making consoles.
The Jaguar existed.
No.
It was better. It had 32 bits.
It was 64.
Twice
It
as-
was the first 64-bit console, technically.
Yeah.
So you had to do some really weird math to get 64 bits.
Let's well, was this game an arcade game?
No.
No, all right.
That's 10.
Goodness sake.
It's 10.
There's a plane outside.
I mean,
My parents are watching TV loudly.
Disregard. Yeah.
I guess we're looking at a PC game, maybe, but I don't know, Nolan. You gotta figure out.
Is it on the PC?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
90s game on the PC that Joel did not realize was exclusive to this platform, so it's probably not like a real-time strategy. Let's get something that you would think could have made an appearance on a console, but just didn't.
Or you thought it also was on Mac.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
But let's shoot.
Fire.
It's developed in the West. Okay. I'm just thinking. Is it a first-person shooter?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Is this Star Wars?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Wait, didn't we do that already? Is there a second one?
Is there?
We did that Dark Forces? That was
Yeah.
the Star Wars game that we did already.
So I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, we did that. Is there another one?
Is there?
Goodness, I don't know. Now it
Watch
makes
your
me
mouth,
feel like
young
there
lady.
was.
Oh wow. Was that edited because YouTube edited her?
I know. I think she did that herself, but
Okay. That's got including the D, that's got 5 letters in it though.
Yeah. So
An extra M.
I think you spelled your word wrong.
Or a different word.
Yeah.
No, that could be.
Well, if it's a Star Wars game, I'm not gonna know it. So Nolan, you want to start?
Now I can't think of it. That's the.
And it's first person, so it's not.
It's first person.
It's not Knights of the Old Republic or something like that. Of course, that might have been after 2000 for all I know.
So I guarantee you, it's one of the games that's in that pack that I showed you guys when we did Dark Forces.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot remember the names.
You're sitting in front of a computer.
Yeah,
but I don't like to do that though. That's the difference.
Whatever. It's not against the rules.
Hey, all right, fine. Put in Dark. There's like 5 things for Dark Souls.
Okay, well, here I got a question. Is this game a sequel to another game?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, wasn't there a sequel? Was there?
Was there a sequel?
Yeah.
Yes, there was. Released in 1997, first-person shooter video game developed and published by LucasArts for Microsoft Windows. It never got a re-release on anything else. It is available on Steam.
Oh, I was gonna say it made.
So since September 2009. So yeah, it follows Kyle Katarn, who first appeared in Dark Forces as a mercenary, and stopped the whole Dark Trooper project. And now he's a Jedi Knight, surprisingly, and he has to go stop a new Sith that just showed up. So
nice.
The engine it was developed in, whatever, is called the Sith engine. Yeah. The engine was used in Grim Fandango, if you've ever heard of that wonderful LucasArts game.
Yep.
What was that? That was a game, right?
Yeah. In fact,
some kind. I don't know.
Anafix
sounds lame.
Bought me the remaster of that for me to stream, and I never did it.
Oh, it's such a great game.
I will have to. I'll probably make it a Patty Plays pathetically, since I have never played it.
Amongst all the other things that I've said, play this.
Okay. So if for those of you that are in the chat, I just linked to the LucasArts Jedi Knight bundle on Steam, which is $20 and includes.
You should totally buy it.
Includes this game. If you're better off buying the bundle because the game by itself is $6, but there's like $30 or $40 worth of games in this. Like if you were to buy all of them individually, and the bundle's $20. So, yeah. Anyway, let's do plugs very quickly, and then I'll tell y'all what you audio listeners will be listening to for music. So, Nolan, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at Baseman214, Baseman21491, or Icy White Falcon on Steam, Xbox, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Pinterest, other things. There's a picture of my face in some way on there. Yeah, like various all kinds of things. Oh, BattleNet, right? That's a thing. I finally started playing Hearthstone a little bit, so that's fun.
Sweet.
I forget what that is. So
I'm probably the only one in CFG that doesn't play Hearthstone.
Like I just started, so
I mean,
there's that.
I haven't.
Yeah, but now that you're playing, like I'm the only one. I'm
I don't
sure.
play it very often. So, all right, Joel, where can we find you?
Anywhere you can find me on the internet, you can find me under Obi Watt Kenobi. That would be Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Nintendo, PSN, Steam, and I just learned that I have a Pinterest page. I left myself logged in at work, and somebody logged in on Facebook, and one of my friends, went on the computer to check her Facebook, and she's like, "Oh, look, Joel's logged in. Let's go to Pinterest and connect his Facebook to Pinterest." And now I have a Pinterest account. So you can find me there. I have literally 0 things pinned. But
just looking
but
right
she went
now.
ahead.
Hold on.
She went ahead and was like, "What does Joel like? He likes beards and video games." and Star Wars and memes. And so like I was looking, I was like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. Like I like a lot of these things. Yeah, good job.
Nice.
And yeah. So and Zelda. I'm wearing a Star Wars Zelda shirt, if you can't tell. So that's not Luke holding a lightsaber, that's Link holding the Master Sword.
There we go.
Yep, there I am.
All right. You can find me right here on the CFG YouTube channel every Thursday. We're doing Patty Plays Pathetically, also on this show. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Facebook, crossforgegaming.com, facebook.com/group/crossforgegaming, and check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/crossforgegaming. All right, music, and then I got to bounce. So what you heard coming into the show was the Impact theme. That's what we talked about earlier. It's got a lot of Japanese lyrics, and it's very strange and wonderful, and I love it. And we're going out on the Gorgeous Musical Castle Part 2. There's 2 parts to that level, and I like Part 2. So that's what if you're listening to the audio only version, which you can find on Podbean, also on iTunes and Google Play by just searching Original Gamers Podcast. That's what you hear. That you don't hear it on YouTube because of copyright stuff. We won't want to get in trouble with all that stuff. So anyway, that's the show. Thanks.
In other words, the YouTube version is boring.
More boring than the audio version. So that's the show. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time right here on Original Gamers Podcast. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Be good, humans. Come on, Nolan.